The best hip-hop albums are a diverse bunch. Some thrum with energy and righteous anger, and others are funny or offer eloquent insight into the state of the world. But they all, in various ways, retain an imprint of that original spirit of underpaid, underrepresented Black American youth wanting to make their mark on the world. This list offers a selection of stone-cold classics, old and new, for you to sink your teeth into. Number 10. Straight Outta Compton by N.W.A., 1988. There's no overstating the impact this album had on the culture at large. Launching the careers of Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and Dr. Dre, who would go on to become one of the most influential producers of all time. It also stands as the preeminent classic of gangster rap, with Fuck the Police, which aimed police brutality in Los Angeles, resounding to this day as one of the greatest protest songs ever written. Listen to this and skip the hokey. N.W.A. endorsed 2015 biopic. Number 9. Doggy Style by Snoop Doggy Dogg, 1993. Released a year after he first caught the attention of critics on Dr. Dre's The Chronic, Snoop Dogg's debut album, Doggy Style, shocked straight to no, won and became the fastest-selling hip-hop album ever. A continuation of the G-Funk sound that the pair established on The Chronic, Dre's paw prints can be found all over the album, but it's Snoop's wit and inventive flows that set this record apart from the rest. Full of catchy hooks, melodic verses, and clever uses of guest artists such as the Lady of Rage. While Snoop Dogg's lyrics on Doggy Style have a tendency to veer towards sexism and violence, his unique delivery paired with Dre's production are enough to help you turn a blind eye if you view it as a product of its time. Gin and Juice, anyone? Number 8. The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill by Lauryn Hill, 1998. Lauryn Hill won the hearts of the public with Fugees' The Score, but her debut solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, affirmed that she alone was a force to be reckoned with, her vocals and rapping prowess shining bright as the star of their record. Written in a burst of creativity inspired by her pregnancy with Rowan Marley, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is imbued with soul and thoughtful vulnerability, with occasional appearances from the likes of Mary J. Blige and D'Angelo, as Hill smoothly slips in between rapping and singing with impressive ease. Winning 5 Grammys, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill made history as the first hip-hop album to ever win the coveted Album of the Year prize, while she became the first woman to win 5 awards in one ceremony. With a legacy that is still very much alive and well, the sound of The Miseducation can still be heard in hip-hop and neo-soul releases today. As for the album's lead single, Doo Wop, That Thing, well, that can be heard at any party worth going to across the planet. Number 7. Only Built for Cuban Links. Only Built for Cuban Links, commonly referred to as the Purple Tape, is the debut studio album by American rapper and Wu-Tang Clan member Raekwon, released on August 1, 1995 by Loud Records and RCA Records. The album was loosely composed to play like a film with Raekwon as the star, fellow Wu-Tang member Ghostface Killah as the guest star, and producer RZA as the director. It features appearances from every member of the Wu-Tang Clan. The album also features debut appearances from affiliates Capadonna and Blue Raspberry, and an acclaimed guest appearance from rapper Nas, which marked the first collaboration with a non-affiliated artist on a Wu-Tang-related album. Upon its release, Only Built for Cuban Links debuted at number 4 on the Billboard 200 chart and number 2 on the top R&B/hip-hop albums chart, while selling 130,000 copies in its opening week. The album was certified gold by the Recording Industry Association of America, RIAA, on October 2, 1995, and later platinum on February 24, 2020. According to Nielsen SoundScan, it has sold 1.1 million copies in the United States alone as of 2009. Although it failed to acquire the same initial sales success as previous Wu-Tang solo albums, Cuban Links achieved greater critical praise, with many complimenting its cinematic lyricism and production. Number 6. Ready to Die by the Notorious B.i.g, 1994. Anyone who likes to critique rap music for its glorification of violence and criminal activity ought to give the Notorious B.i.g.'s Ready to Die a proper listen. Yes, iconic singles such as Juicy and Big Papa linger on the prose of his lifestyle, his rags to riches story and getting laid, respectively, but elsewhere on Ready to Die B.i.g opens up about the cons with frank honesty. Tracks such as Everyday Struggle and suicidal thoughts, tackling themes of depression and the shame that accompanies a life of crime. Behind the bravado and his booby delivery, there's real vulnerability on Ready to Die, and paired with his storytelling ability and the album's slick production, it's not hard to see why he's regarded by many as the greatest rapper of all time. Number 5. All Eyes on Me by Tupac, 1996. At 27 songs long, Tupac's fourth and final album to be released during his lifetime is a tour de force of hip-hop, the first of its kind to ever be released for mass consumption, and a ferocious return to music after spending 11 months in jail for sexual assault. In today's world, no label in their right mind would have bailed him out for his crime. But that's what Death Row Records did in 1995, forking out $1.4 million on the condition he would make 3 albums for them once released. The rapper died in a drive-by shooting less than a year later, but not before the release of All Eyes on Me, an album that was hastily recorded in 2 weeks. While a tone of urgency runs through it, Tupac's work on this album is anything but sloppy, eschewing the more self-reflective themes explored on Me Against the World for an unashamed celebration of thug life. Number 4. Reasonable Doubt. Reasonable Doubt is the debut studio album by American rapper Jay-Z. It was released on June 25, 1996 by his record label, Roc-A-Fella Records, and distributed by Priority Records. The album features production provided by DJ Premier, Ski, Nobody, and Clark Kent, and also includes guest appearances from Memphis Bleek, Mary J. Blige, Jaz-O, and the Notorious Big, among others. The album features mafioso rap themes and gritty lyrics about the hustler lifestyle and material obsessions. Reasonable Doubt debuted at number 23 on the U.S. Billboard 200, on which it charted for 18 weeks. It was promoted with 4 singles, including Ain't No Nigga and Can't Knock the Hustle. Number 3. The Chronic. The Chronic is the debut studio album by the American hip-hop producer and rapper Dr. Dre. It was released on December 15, 1992, by his record label Death Row Records and distributed by Interscope Records. Recording sessions took place at Death Row Studios in Los Angeles and at Bernie Grundman Mastering in Hollywood. The Chronic was Dr. Dre's first solo album after he departed the West Coast hip-hop group NWA and its label Ruthless Records over a financial dispute. It includes insults towards Ruthless Records and its owner, former NWA member and assembler of Eazy-E. It features many appearances by then emerging American rapper Snoop Dogg, who used the album as a launch pad for boosting his solo career. The album's title derives from a slang term for high-grade cannabis, and its cover is an homage to zigzag rolling papers. Number 2. Illmatic. Nas David album. Illmatic is a genuine triumph, peppered with jazz samples and sophisticated lyricism that put the then 20-year-old on a pedestal he hasn't left since. Enlisting the help of DJ Premier, Large Professor, Pete Rock, Q-Tip, and LES on production, Nas paints a portrait of inner-city life that flits from frustration to optimism, introducing a fresh narrative of what it's like to grow up in a poverty-stricken area while harboring dreams of an escape. Illmatic is so good that scholars have studied it, and it will forever be remembered as not only one of the greatest hip-hop records of all time, but also one of the best albums ever made full stop. Nas might have insisted that life's a bitch and then you die, but his legacy will always live on through Illmatic. Number 1. Enter the Wu-Tang. When RZA and Ghostface Killah set out to form Wu-Tang Clan, they had a distinct vision and knew they had to find the best rappers in the game to make it a reality. Bringing names such as Old Dirty Bastard and Raekwon to the forefront, the group took a democratic approach to creating their debut album, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers, with RZA pitting rappers against each other in battles to decide who appeared on each song. The result is a distinctly underground sound, with RZA collaging samples from martial arts films such as Shaolin and Wu-Tang, while his troupe of rappers passed the mic to create a fusion that helped usher in East Coast rap's renaissance in the 1990s. Thanks for watching. Kindly like and subscribe for more videos. In the comments section of the post, please tell me how many you discovered.